Good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining us, and welcome to Game Day, hidden in the region on the Region Sports Network, streaming worldwide on the internet at facebook.com/Region Sports, youtube.com/Region Sports, and regionsports.com. When we come to you today from Jerry Ross Park in beautiful Crown Point, the hub city, Crown Point, Indiana, gets set for the Cal Ripken Schererville and Crown Point. Of course, you know that Lake Central Crown Point rivalry is unlike any other around the region.
Be with Mr. Bradner.
I don't. Every time you say that, I don't know if you're really telling the truth or not, but
I am.
I appreciate it. But excited for. We were here a little bit early to watch this championship game. But these are your future high schoolers.
Baseball IQ is very high. Games, and then they know what to do, and this will be a fun one here.
Yeah, like I said, and we're ready for first pitch. It will be the Schererville Shock to be first up here. Jay Mansfield leading off today for Schererville in this championship game. First pitch is in there for a strike from Tyler Hutton. Too quickly. And one of the nice things that we get to see here, normally high school game, you don't get to see the pitch count as it climbs. And, well, here at Jerry Ross Park, we do have the pitch count available. We'll give you our game day forecast brought to you by our friends at Economy Electric Heating and Cooling. Forecast, it is a beautiful day. That's brought to you by Economy Electric Heating and Cooling as that pitch is do it again. And if you're Schererville, you're thinking to yourself, hey, it's not a little redemption.
Hey, it's one game.
Right.
It really doesn't mean anything about the earlier in the bracket play. We both made it to this spot, and let's see it. We got 6 innings to win a ball game.
Jake Kovachkov will lead off for Crown Point. Takes that first pitch and misses on the swing, so quickly 0-1. Again, Bravo on the bump for Schererville. One pitch, skips it right in front of the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike. I may have represented that breeze just a little bit because I didn't realize we had an air conditioner behind us.
It's right behind us, too, which is awesome.
There's a 1-1 pitch, comes upstairs, 2-1.
This kid's really choking up. I mean, a lot. Like, legit, almost the bat is too big for him choking up.
Bravo's 2-1, just off the plate. Gets away from the catcher a little bit, so 3-1 the count. Yeah, when we say spectacular day for baseball, that low 80s, upper 70s kind of temperatures you got here is this one on the ground to the shortstop, Beckham. He gets the out there, so 6-3 for out number 1. That's Hutton.
It's always nice. You know you're going to get that clean hop on this turf field. You can come through it and you come work. Not be worried of, is my face going to get taken off or not? You can stay down and work through the ball a lot more, and that's awesome.
So at shortstop, it is Beckham, Hutton, and here to bat now is Tyler Hutton. They are cousins.
Someone up here was saying there's 2 brothers on each coaching staff. It's kind
yes. Yep. 1-0 the count here on Tyler. Takes that pitch in there for a strike. So 1 ball, 1 strike to Tyler Hutton. He's the pitcher today for Crown Point. So 1-1. Swung on and missed. A little high heat action there from Bravo.
Doing a good job, again, mixing up speeds, mixing up spots, and not just staying in one. Let's see what he does 2 here. Go back to the heat.
Trying to bring it a little bit low, but brought that on the foul tip. And that's one of the things, like the pitchers at these ages are really trying to figure out what they can throw and how to really find those arm slots. So, like you maybe saw, got dipped down a little bit more on that arm slot to try to bring it down a little bit more. Swung on and missed, bringing the heat there. And he gets a strikeout.
Yeah, again, at this level, on this age, their level's really high, but this age, I'm really not a big fan of like the curveball balls right now. I like hitting spots, just throwing a changeup, mixing up locations, high, low, away, in. Just hit your spot and you will be successful.
Jason Pavocic at the plate. First baseman today. Lefty hitter to the right-handed pitcher. That one missing just outside. So 2-0. Yeah, and if you're going to cover the things that I think when you correlate with the, the athletics that takes place in these tournaments, whether it be football leagues or baseball leagues or softball or whatever. The other thing is this one is grounded right through the left side and into the left. For the first of the ball game today, Osich getting the first knock.
Did a great job of just staying back and taking that fastball that was away and driving it that way, not trying to roll over on a fastball away and pulling it to the second baseman there. Staying on it, and he's finding good barrel.
The left-hander coming up, Nico Basile, catcher today. Yeah, I was saying, we talk in a lot of broadcasts, they try to pick the runner off at first, gets away from the first baseman Cohen, and down to second goes Pavosic. On the E1.
He had him leaning.
He did.
If he had a good throw, he was gone.
They do have three umpires in this game today, by the way. Kind of typical what you would maybe see like during a later high school game, depending on how far in the tournament you made it.
And I'm not sure when my son was doing the Little League All-Stars last week, all volunteer as well.
Yeah.
I'm sure what these guys get or what they're doing, but a couple of them did a game before. So they're here for the love of the game.
Ball and a strike to Basile. As we said, another left-handed hitter in this Crown Point lineup. Missing just outside. Runner goes from second to third. On a stolen base. That is something that we're going to see a little bit more at this age level. The running game a little bit more prevalent than you might see later on down the road. Here's a 2-1. In there for a strike. Little breaking ball action maybe there from Abo.
Just talked about that high level of IQ there. See the catcher's kind of being a little lazy with it. Those lollipop throws back to the pitcher.
He was watching Ellie De La Cruz this weekend is what he was doing.
Something like that.
Not too often you see a guy get that many stolen bases in like a 2-second span. When he was on first and they ended up going home on stolen bases. It was never really out of the infield either. It was crazy. 2-2 count here. Here's the pitch. Gets away from the catcher a little bit on the wild pitch, but fortunate thing, if you were a catcher today, the backstop is not too far away. So if it ricochets, it's probably coming right back to you.
Yeah, and it's got the padding on it, so it's really gonna jump and come back to you.
Payoff pitch. This one popped up in the air, left side. Making the catch is Hutton at short. So we've hit one here in the 12 and under championship game from Crown Point. You're watching Game Day here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
From schools to stadiums, hospitals and bridges, everywhere you look, union carpenters are building Indiana. With jobs and skilled trades in high demand, there's never been a better time to start building your future. As an apprentice, you'll earn a debt-free college degree, earn while you learn, and receive great benefits like healthcare and retirement. So what are you waiting for? Visit carpenters.com to learn more. Visit carpenters.com and start building your
Welcome back to Game Day here on the Region Sports Network. Make sure you stay with us after the game as we will name the proud Union Home Play of the game presented by IKOR, the Indiana, Kentucky, Ohio Regional Council of Carpenters. We go to the second inning here in this 12 and under Cal Ripken championship game here from Crown Point. Under Nate Ramian with you today on a gorgeous sunsplash day for baseball. Same thing here, and nobody warming up the pitcher at the moment for Crown Point.
Sometimes you get this, you get a 12U baseball game, you got to remember that.
Well, it was the catcher that made the final out of the first inning, so.
Coach or someone on the bench.
Well, that'll happen at all levels. Somebody will go out there and a teammate or something. And one of the things that we're going to notice a little bit different than we're used to maybe at the high school level when we're doing games, we'll have 10 batters in the lineup today. So we're getting through. We had the first 3 come up for Schererville. Beloso, Cowan, and Green, the scheduled hitters here in the second inning. Kind of just getting ready. Some warm-up tosses here. Now, in some of the leagues that you were kind of mentioning before, there may be time limits attached to this. I was told that there are no time limits attached to this game today. So the wind is starting to pick up a little bit out in center field, kind of a right to left breeze. Can't really tell if it's going out or kind of in, but it's moving from right to left. So if you are a right-handed hitter today.
One thing I do notice is it looks like they have to use the USA stamp bats. It's just a kind of, I would say, a bottom tier that they have to use. They're more of like a little league bat they have to use. Not saying they're bad, but they're not like the hot juice ones that you can use on the weekends.
First pitch into Beloso is in there for a strike. And I think that's just it. Again, it comes to, especially at this age, to some of the safety, because reflexes are probably not as developed as maybe when we talk about high school. Is this one driven in the air to right, going back and making the play off the wall as Beloso hits it on the Crown Point wall there. Their version of a green monster, if you will.
As I say that, he hits a bomb off the right field wall.
It's a shot.
But again, if that's the other on the weekends, that's gone.
Lucas Deeb playing that one pretty well off the wall there. But again, this is a little bit of probably a home field advantage there to an extent. But it is just a long single for Beloso. They're going to check on that runner at first, and this is Alex Cowan.
The good thing here with Schererville, they're coming out swinging. They're not. Yes, they lost to him earlier in the week, but that's not phasing them right now.
Well, and then we've talked about this. I know we talk about with basketball, and then you got regionals for baseball and softball and stuff like that. And sometimes in those heats, you want to wait a couple hours before the next game. But I mean, at this age, you're bing bang you're playing. As this one chopped right to Seiko, who throws to second, then over to first for this 5-4-3 double play. Crown Point clears the bases. Seiko to Hunky to Pavosic. What a nice turn there, started by Seiko. Kenneth Seiko.
Great job by the third baseman. Has a good throw to second base there and some awesome footwork from the second baseman to get the throw out at first.
So this brings up the lefty Gavin Green. Takes the first pitch in there for a strike. Swung on and missed. Getting a big healthy hack at that one is Green. And Tyler Hutton, the pitcher for Crown Point. So quickly 0-2 with 2 outs here in the second inning. This one comes and skips in and gets away from Basile. Sets from the stretch. Here's the 1-2 and gets away from him a little bit, trying to put a little heat behind that one.
Sometimes when pitchers, you get 2 quick outs there, they kind of get a little lax. We can't have that. You got to just keep going after the batter, make him hit yours.
And that's called strike 3 on Gavin Green. Second strikeout for Hutton today. We go to the bottom of the second. You're watching Game Day here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Welcome back to Game Day on the Region Sports Network. Make sure you stay with us after the game, as we'll have the Corral Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the Game 2 award. Corral Company is proud to recognize the superheroes on the baseball diamond. We go bottom 2 here at Jerry Ross Park in Crown Point. Cal Ripken state championship game here between Schererville and Crown Point. More specifically, the Schererville Shock and Crown Point Red. If we want to get technical with the Cale Hungy, scheduled hitters here in the second inning for Crown Point. Just kind of Seiko adjusting that helmet. Bravo waiting patiently, Seiko, to get all ready there.
Take your time.
First pitch. This one blooped into foul territory, but won't be caught.
The Shock pitcher's doing a really good job right now, keeping the Crown Point team off balance. Starting them off with a curveball right there. He was expecting 100% fastball.
This one line to left center field and dinks in front of the left fielder for a leadoff single off of Bravo. Still no score here in the bottom of the second, but Crown Point with their second hit of the game already, and it's a leadoff this time. It's the right fielder today.
Let's see if they go to some small ball here, do something different. Third baseman's playing behind the bag right now, so let's see if he starts creeping in the base
Has
path.
the sign he wants. Bunt is down. Bravo over to first. They do get the out at first. So on the sacrifice, it goes 1-3.
Not really stringing them together right now, so maybe get the runner on third. Let's see what we can do. Put the pressure on them.
Levi Kavachkov, the extra hitter in the lineup today with ball 1. This one right back to the screen, so quickly 1-1. So Kavachkov, the extra hitter in the lineup today. Just a 1-1. This one lined into right, and it is caught by Green in right. Makes a nice diving play, and that saves a run for Schererville. So we go to third, no score. You're watching Game Day here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
With electrical services from Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, you can radiate the perfect amount of light and energy into your home. From rewiring and code upgrades to ceiling fans, lighting, security, and more, Economy Electric Heating and Cooling's trained electricians will make sure you can enjoy your home on full power all the time. For a free estimate on electrical work, call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling at 219-923-4441, and you can visit them on the web at 4ajobdoneright.com. That's the number 4, ajobdoneright.com.
Develop skills that will last for a lifetime with an apprenticeship with the Bricklayers and Allied Craft Workers Local 4, Indiana, Kentucky. The apprenticeship and training program is committed to developing highly skilled bricklayers, terrazzo workers, and ceramic tile setters to provide the construction industry with the best hands in the business. If you are currently working non-union and want better pay with benefits, or if you think learning a new skill with a paid apprenticeship while you earn your associate's degree is the right path for you, visit baclocal4.org/training to learn more about the apprenticeship program. Are you built to succeed?
Welcome back to Game Day on the Region Sports Network. Michael Brenner, Nate the Great with me, Ramian, presenting the baseball gods here today, in my opinion.
I don't know about you, but I'm pretty excited when we host the 10U World Series in the cup next week.
Yeah, it's going to and I believe over the course of the entire week we'll have I believe we're covering ceremonies all the way
5 games a day.
Yeah. Beckham Hutton and Anthony Rico, the scheduled hitters after Cam Bravo here. 2-0. Just fouled away just off the end of the bat.
But if I'm the Shock, I'm content right now. You know what I mean? We lost earlier in the week 8-0, and it's the third, and we're still weighing here. It's 0-0, and we got a chance.
There's a 2-1 pitch. This one lined into right and just over the head of Hunky for a leadoff single for the pitcher, Cam Bravo. And this will bring up Beckham Hutton now. A little pitcher on the crime right there.
That's okay.
First pitch and Hutton missing 4-1.
Now let's see if they play some small ball as well.
Yeah, it didn't show any signs of bunting there, but
third baseman's in.
That one missing just outside. It was really a big inning for Schererville in their previous game. They kind of opened the floodgates. They scored 8 in like the third inning, I believe it was, and never relinquished that lead. They got close, though. It was a team from Valpo. They had cut it down to 8-7 at the bottom half of the third inning. Schererville was able to hang on. Pitch missing just outside. 3-0 on Hutton.
3-0, and the pitcher's a little wild right now. I'm probably taking. I'm getting on the plate.
And we talked about pitcher on pitcher crime. This is the cousin matchup here. Hutton re Hutton.
I don't know if I would. I'd probably just plunk him right now. Then
it's like, well, if I'm gonna just let you on base, I'm
gonna hit you.
I'm gonna do it the hard way.
Yeah.
Here's 3-0. That one has some movement on it. Kind of froze Beckham Hutton a little bit. Got him to twitch a little bit. Next family party, this is going to be a topic of conversation. You got to believe it.
What?
Trying to throw over. They get the out at first. They try to pick him off, and the runner at first is out. So Bravo is off. I could see from here he had a look on his face. He couldn't believe the call.
3-1 count. He's really not finding the zone last couple batters. Let's have one step back. Nothing crazy.
3-1, and it skips in there. 4-4. So this changes the dynamic in a lot of ways, because now you would have 2 on, nobody out, and a person in scoring position, and now you've got 1 on with 1 out. As Anthony Rico digs in here, repping the lime green shoes.
Lime green shoes with the pink batting gloves.
So I gotta show a little bit of bias. I think it's well documented that I'm a teacher here on the Region Sports Network, and this young man, Anthony Rico, was one of my students this past year, and I can tell you he is probably one of the best dressed students I have had in my career. He's repping it there with the lime green shoes and the pink batting gloves.
The drip is real, they say.
He's a finely dressed individual.
With the goods in his hands.
And a good kid at that as well. I'll give him that credit.
That's the only thing that matters.
Here's the 0-1 to Rico as this one comes upstairs.
If only he had a better teacher.
That's the facts. Well, the other 5 that he had are all better.
Makes sense.
Or 4, however many he has. I forget our schedule. I'm in summer brain already.
What school?
Did you say what school?
What is school?
Oh, what is school? Yeah. This one lined into center. Coming on and letting it bloop, and the run from first started to go back. So Hutton started to go back to first because he thought it might be caught. And, Munoz out there in center really actually doing probably the right thing to an extent because he's letting that bloop and he doesn't let the runner go to second. And it's really like no different for Schererville to a lot of ways because either he lets it fall for a hit and the runner from, the plate is going to get in there, or they could have had the runner thrown out at second either way.
Yeah, just get one for sure. You don't want to get fancy there, and he did a good job of just letting it bounce in front of him, and it's a lose-lose for the base runner on first.
Yeah, because he went about halfway, saw it, it fell, and then started to go back to first. And
what do you think about the game? That probably would have scored a run if the guy didn't get picked off on first.
Correct. Yeah, because the runner at second would be moving around. Yeah, absolutely. Swung on and missed, getting down to second. Rico is in there safely. Is Alex Webb at the plate, 2-2 the count on Alex Webb. So for Schererville right now, if you can just get something, in one of these gaps here.
They're getting a lot of opportunities. They're just not coming through with that big swing, that big momentum thing.
2-2. This one lined into center. Going back and making the catches. Munoz in front of the warning track. Really nice play. Gave it a ride as Webb. But Crown Point gets out of it unscathed. It's still 0-0. We go bottom 3. You're watching Game Day here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
I'm Crowell Company's Lantern Man. I'll cover your motorcycle. I'll be with you on the water. I'll be with you on the snow. I'll cover your insurance needs wherever you go. I'll be at Crowell Agency from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. As Crowell Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowell Companies, the insurance professionals in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City.
Welcome back to Game Day on the Region Sports Network. Stay with us after the game as we'll name the Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the Game, brought to you by Boilermakers Local 374. Earn while you learn with Boilermakers Local 374. We go bottom 3 here in Crown Point, Jerry Ross Park. Going under championship for Cal Ripken baseball here. Schererville Shock against Crown Point Red. It'll be Logan Dennison, Louis Munoz, and then back to the top of the lineup with Jake Kovachkov. The scheduled hitters here in the third. Nothing game. Cam Bravo deals the first pitch. Looks like he checked his swing, no appeal. So no to the left fielder Dennison.
It's like, who's going to flinch first here? It's gonna
happen at some point.
Yeah.
The pitch missing upstairs, 2-0. This one on the ground to the right side. Webb gets the out. Cowan had it looked like, was he double checking to make sure he had his foot on there?
He had to like double.
Yeah, he was like making sure. So 4-3 on the put out for Dennison as Louis Munoz comes up now. This one fouled back to the screen, and the thing I think about, obviously we cover high school sports primarily here on the Region Sports Network and dabble in other things and look to expand our horizons a little bit. And the nice thing for us now is we get an opportunity to kind of see, what's coming down the pipe for these Lake Central and Crown Point programs. And obviously there's always the chance that they go to other schools and what else is out there. But you're getting a chance to see kind of a little look at what's coming down the line in a few years. And right now you got two pitchers that are wheeling and dealing right now. That pitch missing outside to Munoz, so 2-1. Cam Bravo, you could tell he wanted it.
Yeah, he wanted that pitch really bad. The cool part about with Dyer here, or in Schererville,
this one chopped on the ground below, so across the diamond for out number 2.
My son was in the.
You said Dyer.
My fault. I'm just talking about in general.
Gotcha.
Schererville and Dyer in general is with their Little League program. My son was in the All-Stars for State Park.
Gotcha.
And the Dyer team is the best team there. 5 games, and they didn't give up a run. If that's not something to build off of in the future, that's awesome.
Dyer's had a history of having some pretty good programs over the years. As Kavachkov, the leadoff hitter for Crown Point, back up there for his second at bat, grounded out to the shortstop his last time up. Here's the 0-1. Pitch is upstairs, 1-1. Yeah, Dyer's had a history of some really good teams coming through and getting pretty far into tournaments. This one popped foul, and that's going to hit somebody's car.
It'll be a mixture when they all come together, when they get middle school and high school. Let's see what happens. And there's so many baseball players, and there's only 9 positions in the high school team.
Correct.
Let's be honest.
The 1-2. Swung on and missed. That's a strikeout for out number 3 to end the second inning. We go to the 4th. No score. Who blinks first? It's a championship game. We'll find out. Stay tuned on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
When life takes you places and you can't get to the store, shop online with Strack and Van Til to go. Our to-go service is easy to use, and it can save you time and money. Once your order is in, our own Strack and Van Til team preps your order with care. For delivery or pickup, enjoy the convenience of letting our to-go team shop for you. Enjoy your special moments. Sign up online today at shop.strackandvantil.com.
With electrical services from Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, you can radiate the perfect amount of light and energy into your home. From rewiring and code upgrades to ceiling fans, lighting, security, and more, Economy Electric Heating and Cooling's trained electricians will make sure you can enjoy your home on full power all the time. For a free estimate on electrical work, call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling at 219-923-4441, and you can visit them on the web at 4ajobdoneright.com. That's the number 4, ajobdoneright.com.
Welcome back to Game Day here on the Region Sports Network. We go to the 4th inning, but man, how cool was that? We just did I've never been to a high school game where we've done this, but here in this championship game, we just did Take Me Out to the Ball game, a time-honored tradition in baseball.
Things are different out here in Crown Point.
Things are different here in Crown Point. That is for sure. All right, top of the 4th inning. Jay Mansfield leading things off. Jade Mansfield here in the 4th. It'll be Zach Zimmerman and Riggs Roerding to be the scheduled hitters. First pitch, Mansfield laying down the bunt. He makes his way to first, and he gets the out. Tyler Hutton gets the first out on the surprise bunt there from Mansfield, and now the home plate umpire going to go have a discussion maybe about something that he may have done off the mound or a way to defend that, or maybe it was very close to potentially a balk situation there when he noticed that the bunt was shown. And you maybe heard a little bit of a rustle in the background of the broadcast, which means only one thing, that headset was changing hands, or changing heads, I guess, in this case. So
and we had to make it much larger for my head.
Yeah, we had to spread that one out. This one comes back. Oh, in the press box. Come on. Well, pop right back pretty close to us. We're to the right of that, though, where it was, so nowhere near where we are. But, of course, you get right here in the press box with me, Nathan Laird. And,
what's up?
And then,
Right. You know,
either
myself or my car is destined to get hit today, I think. I'd rather it be me.
This is Zach Zimmerman at the plate, by the way.
I was going to say, I do like that bunt attempt before that
yeah.
final out. Caught the defense off guard a little bit. It was a great play by the pitcher, by Hutton, to get off that mound and make that play. But again, you're looking at a scoreless game here in the top of the fourth. Try to generate some offense any way you can. I like that. And, speedy hitter at the plate. Didn't work out thanks to a great play by the defense. But I like the strategy there.
And sometimes maybe catching him napping or
exactly.
anything like that. You've got speed. Absolutely use that to your credit. So Zimmerman here, a 1-2 count. This one skips in and gets away from the catcher a little bit, but Nate Ramey and I were talking a little bit. Like thankfully for the catchers in this particular game, the backstop is not too far. So anything that gets past them doesn't move too far away from them.
We've seen that not only in this game, but also in the previous game where Schererville beat Valpo.
Zimmerman lines one to the second baseman who bobbles, and it's going to be an infield hit. I'm going to roll that an infield hit. That was kind of a tough play. Shane to his right, Hunky, moving on, and just kind of couldn't corral it. But a hit anyway.
Yeah, made a nice backhanded effort there. I think if he's able to pick that ball up cleanly with his bare hand, I think they still get the out at first. Great effort there by that second baseman, but just unable to make the play.
And I'm sure he'll appreciate his brother Jacob standing up and cheering for him when he got that hit right there. Brother Jacob, a member of the Lake Central baseball team. He's also sitting right below us in the press box, so I got to give him a hard time.
You know everybody here.
I'm very social.
Much more than I.
This is Riggs Rerdink. And here they go to check on that runner at first, and they've been successful with it. A really nice move by Tyler Hutton on that pickoff attempt.
Yeah, we saw they got that out earlier in this ballgame.
Now, I do find it somewhat interesting. I guess just maybe based on because of the situation, I'd have to ask a guy like Larry Babcock here. Is this one picked up by Saquon over to second, get the lead runner on the force out? I'm sorry, Seiko, excuse me. A really nice play there.
Heads up play by the second baseman as well to not make that throw over to first. You knew it would be a tough throw as well, and you don't want anything getting into one of those dugouts, getting out of play and allowing that runner to advance an extra base, put that runner in scoring position. So heads up play is to put that one in his pocket and get that lead out for the second out of the inning. Checking on the runner. Were we going to ask Larry Babcock, though, for some reason?
So notice the umpire that's standing in between third and short. In this particular case, there's no one on second. Why would he not cover third? But would that be in case there's a play at second, can he get there a little bit quicker so that the first base umpire can stay there? It just seemed like normally we see the umpire that's at first base will move in between first and second. So, and that could just be something that these umpires talked about. This is what I prefer to do in these cases, and they work that out.
Well, like Nate said earlier, too, all the credit in the world to these guys for being here on this Sunday and doing a few games here in this state championship tournament.
So Beloso here, the hitter for Schererville. He lines this one down the first base line and through for a hit. So they will advance a base. It gets to right field. Beloso with the single. He's 2 for 2 in the game today.
A couple of hard hit balls as well. Both times up, he's really scorched the ball. Keeps us inning alive here for the Shock.
So Rerdink goes to second. This brings up Alex Cowan now.
We do have to say we didn't. I didn't take the headset from Nate because he was doing a bad job. He was doing a great job. He's learning some of the production stuff for when we're here for the World Series. So wanted to get Nate some experience over there. So not that I said, hey, give me that headset. You're bad. Nate was doing a fantastic job as he always does.
He's like, you were making Brandner sound too good. I got to ruin that.
If there's anybody who can bring you down, Michael, it's me.
Never. 0-2 quickly on Cowan here. Hutton trying to get out of this unscathed again. Schererville's really been putting some pressure on here in this game. They need that big knock to get through. This one fouled back to the screen. The timing just a little bit off on that one. And, obviously we're going to see more traditional alignment. You don't see shifts here at this age and really much above this either that's going to be traditional. So there is some availability in some of these gaps.
Yeah, that gap between shortstop and third baseman, and shortstop's shading back over there, but At first, shortstop was basically standing right behind second.
And so I'm just looking now. Now the umpires have shifted, so that umpire first moves in between second and first, and now we got the umpire at third because there could be a play at third. There's the 0-2. This one chopped right back to Tyler Hutton. He makes the play to first, and they get out of the inning. So we go to the bottom of the fourth. Crown Point, will they be the first ones to come across the board? We'll find out. You're watching Game Day on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
From schools to stadiums, hospitals, and bridges, everywhere you look, union carpenters are building Indiana. Prentice, you'll earn a debt-free college degree, earn while you learn, and receive great benefits like health care and retirement. So what are you waiting for? Visit carpenters.com to learn more. Visit carpenters.com and start building your future today.
Welcome back to Game Day on the Region Sports Network. Michael Brander here along with now Nathan Laird. Jumped in the top of the last inning.
Yeah,
we'll do 3 and 3.
Yeah, it's a beautiful day out here in the hub city. Like you guys talked about, a fantastic view overlooking the you can see the clock tower, the old courthouse, and everything. And having a little technical issue with that second camera, so. Not picking that up right now, but just an absolutely great day for baseball.
Well, and it works out, because we're obviously doing the 10 and under tournament or World Series coming up here in August, so it's a really good opportunity for us to come out here and kind of get those things out of any of those technical issues that we may run into. And,
we took a tour of the facilities a few weeks ago, and but now we're doing a live broadcast out here and already making some notes about what we're going to do for the World Series, and that's 70 games over the course of 7 days. 4 games each day will have a play-by-play announcer, but all the games will have live video streams with on-screen graphics so you can follow the pitch count, who's on base. If we get rosters and lineups, we'll have all that information as well, but we're going to have all 70 games for the World Series coming up early August.
And the 1-0 pitch to Tyler Hutton misses for a ball, so 2-0. And this is the 12 and under championship game here for Cal Ripken. Swung on and missed. 2-1 from Hutton from Bravo. And we mentioned Tyler's cousin over there playing shortstop today. Beckham would love to have a chance to throw out his cousin. He already drew a walk against him. Here's a 3-1. It is upstairs, so it's a walk, and man, Bravo is showing some serious emotion. Really wanting, either really wanting the call or just frustrated with himself that he didn't make the pitch like he was hoping. But it's a leadoff walk here in the fourth. Mason Pavocic digs in now from the left side. They try to check on that runner over at first. Bottom of the fourth inning here between Schererville and Crown Point. First pitch missing upstairs and out for a ball, 1-0. And are we going to have a balk call? Is that what we just...
Yep, looks like it.
Okay, so runner advances to second. I don't believe that pitch counts now, so no count here to Pavocic. That one comes inside. So now it's 1-0. Yeah, there wasn't like a demonstrative call from any of the umpires.
No, it was just very...
Call. Home plate umpire just said he signals. So one hits the screen. It comes right back in front of the plate there. But I do love the... it's kind of like that Johnny Cueto kind of like turn a little bit. Did you notice that? I know you're a big Johnny Cueto fan when he was with the White Sox.
At least I was last year. Could use him. I haven't looked at his numbers this year, to be honest with you. But
yeah, he's got that little rock.
Yeah. Little Hideo Nomo action.
Oh,
not all the way turned
look
around.
At you.
Showing my age, is that what you're about to say?
I would never say that in a million years to your face.
You were thinking it, though.
I may have been.
You remember Hideo Nomo.
Of course.
You're a baseball historian.
It's a 2-1 pitch. This one chopped on the ground, picked up by the shortstop. Hutton makes the play at first, and more importantly for Schererville, keeps Beckham's cousin Tyler over at second. Doesn't get to advance on the play. So that's a big break for Schererville.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised he didn't go on the contact there. It would have been a tough play with his momentum kind of carrying to the second base bag to turn and throw it to third. A little surprised he didn't see him take off for third base, but playing it safe here with.
Well, I was thinking maybe there was a chance to as the runner starts to go, and this one's going to bloop in for a hit. And the nice thing again for Schererville, and this is just the unfortunate thing for Crown Point, the runner Hutton started to take off. And then the bloop shot, very well, if one of the defenders could have gotten there to make the out, he had to hold up in between and wait to make sure that it did fall. So, because that very easily could have been an RBI single right there.
Now you got one of your big bats in the lineup in Sacco for Crown Point, coming up with runners at the corners and just one out. So yeah, nice break for Schererville, but you got to get to your big hitter
line
here.
And dropped by the second baseman Webb, who throws across, and it's safe at first. And Webb, you can tell, clearly upset, but the run still does not score.
Yeah,
Hutton from third did not move, and that would have been a doubled off situation.
Yeah, the runner at first thought that was going to be a clear base hit, and he didn't even look back to first base. Schererville could have gotten out of that inning just like that, and again.
Well, Schererville can still get out of this. The runner did not score. He's still sitting on third. That is a I wouldn't call it a break, but it's certainly a help, if you will, to an extent.
I would almost say that's a break.
It's an error, but at the same time, the run doesn't score. And, one of the things that's hard at this age, when we cover these kids in high school, they've really learned to check their emotions in a lot of ways. And even still, sometimes it's hard to check those emotions.
Right.
At this age, you you have teenage kids. It's hard to check emotions.
You have a teenage daughter and a teen daughter, so emotions are something.
Well, I'm saying kids in general.
Okay. When they're playing soccer especially, yeah.
So we're going to have a meeting here on the mound, and if I'm the coach, I'm saying to my team, look, we're still just one pitch of turning a double play to get out of this, and even if we let a run score, it's 1-0. We've been getting some guys on bait, and from Crown Point, I'm thinking, hey, we got to really take advantage of this opportunity now. We got bases with one out. We really need to push one across the board here with Lucas Deeb, and a 2-0 count here.
It's going to be huge momentum-wise for either team going forward. If Schererville's able to get out of this with leaving a 0 spot on the board, it's going to be huge for them.
This one lined into right. Green going back. Misses it, and it gets into the corner. One run is in, and that is it. Safe everywhere else. It's a single, an RBI single for Deeb. Not worst case scenario. But for Crown Point, finally, that first team to get one across the board. Still only one in the inning. This brings up Cale Hunke now with another golden opportunity to try to put a few more across the board for Crown Point. But, man, what an effort by that's Zach Zimmerman out there now in right field. They made a substitution. So Zimmerman just coming up short with that one.
Yeah, he stretched his glove all the way out there, and it made as good of an effort as he could have on that play. Just came up a little bit short.
Yeah, it
was
a rocket out there.
If you're Schererville and a rocket like that, you're having to give up the one.
Correct. That ball in the dirt now, 2-0. But you can see there's clearly frustration on Bravo, and this is where you got to simmer it down a little bit. And at 12, that's hard to do. 2-0. This one's Gibson. Yeah, and the catcher obviously wants to get it, but you have bases loaded, so nobody's moving anywhere because the run is definitely not coming home unless it gets too far away.
They would have to bounce off the wall at one of those angles and then towards one of the dugouts for runner to score on like a wild pitch here. We talked about the lack of area in the backstop.
That pitch is in there for a strike, so 3-1 to Cale Hunke, who has a golden opportunity here to try to drive another one in for Crown Point. 3-1 count. Nowhere to put him. Here's the 3-1, and it skips away, and that's going to be an RBI for Hunky as he draws the base on balls.
Good eye by him there, and to take that walk, and just like that, Crown Point up 2 here in the bottom of the 4th, and I don't want to say it's starting to get late for Schererville just yet, but they let too much more with as good as the pitching's been for Crown Point. You can't get behind much more than 2 here.
Well, and considering we're in the bottom of the 4th inning,
right,
they only
got
play
6 outs left.
They only play 6. This brings up Levi Kovachkov.
Yeah, he had a rocket his last time up just right at the right fielder.
Yes, he did. That was Gavin Green out there in right. The 1-0, this one popped back kind of our way into the stands, just a little bit to our right.
Claude Martinez made no effort.
He's Funky Claude. He's got to protect the camera. That's his first priority over there. So 1-1 the count here to Kovachkov. Levi Kovachkov. This one gets over the head of the catcher. So 2-1 the count now. The extra hitter in the lineup today.
Obviously, every hitter wants to go up there swinging the bat and everything, but if you can draw a walk and bring home a run, you're happy to be looking at a few pitches here.
So 3-1, again, still nowhere to put him with only 1 away here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Infield on the left side is playing in, and it's another base on balls. An RBI opportunity, or an RBI there for Levi.
Looks like we may have a pitching change here.
And he pointed to right field, and I believe that is Zimmerman out there. Well, it may not be. I had to look and see the number. Or he might be coming in just playing a different position here. I don't know where he's getting moved.
Number 9's our new pitcher.
Okay, so that is Alex Webb. So we'll figure out the defensive alignment here in just a little bit. So we'll see Alex Webb warming up here. Yeah, the Schererville team only has 10 players on the team from what I've been told. That may be the case for Crown Point as well. I didn't get the full number, but you can bat 10 in the lineup. Still 1 away here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Crown Point has put up a 3 spot. You're Alex Webb. You're hoping to get something on the ground to try to turn 2. And there's been some opportunities in this game for Schererville to get out of this with no runs scored. But
defensive miscues and some pitches that were out of the zone have really helped this Crown Point offense put up these 3 runs here in the bottom of the 4th inning. And like you talked about, playing only 6. All of a sudden you're chasing 3 with 6 outs left when when Crown Point's pitching's been really good today and tournament long.
I know Schererville put up double digits in their semifinal game to get here.
Yeah, they had an 8-run. What was it, the top of the 4th? I think they had an 8-run.
Third or fourth, something like that.
Third or fourth, and then they scored 7 more runs before that one was all said and done. So we're not counting Schererville out just yet by any stretch of the imagination.
It's Logan Dennison who lines one into left center, and it is caught out and left by Anthony Rico. They're going to throw to the plate. It's going to be a little offline. 1 run scores.
That is heads-up base running and coaching at third base that the runner did not tag up at first. He was a few steps down the line. Once he noticed, though, the left fielder wasn't exactly in a hurry to get that ball back in. He took a couple more steps towards center. He tagged up and ran home real quick because he knew he had a chance to score there. That's a real nice heads-up play and heads-up coaching.
So it ends up being a sacrifice, and I looked down for a moment, and we're out of the inning, so I didn't say.
We had a fly ball hit to left.
Okay, thank you. Now that was Anthony Rico again out there in left. So Crown Point puts up a 4 spot in the 4th. 2 innings left. We go top 5. You're watching Game Day on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Develop skills that will last for a lifetime with an apprenticeship with the Bricklayers and Allied Craft Workers Local 4, Indiana, Kentucky. The apprenticeship and training program is committed to developing highly skilled bricklayers, terrazzo workers, and ceramic tile setters to provide the construction industry with the best hands in the business. If you are currently working non-union and want better pay with benefits, or if you think learning a new skill with a paid apprenticeship while you earn your associate's degree is the right path for you, visit baclocal4.org/training to learn more about the apprenticeship program. Are you built to succeed?
With electrical services from Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, you can radiate the perfect amount of light and energy into your home. From rewiring and code upgrades to ceiling fans, lighting, security, and more, Economy Electric Heating and Cooling's trained electricians will make sure you can enjoy your home on full power all the time. For a free estimate on electrical work, call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling at 219-923-4441, and you can visit them on the web at 4ajobdoneright.com. That's the number 4ajobdoneright.com.
Welcome back to Game Day here on the Region Sports Network. Make sure you stay with us after the game as we'll have the proud Union Home play of the game presented by IKORCC, the Indiana, Kentucky, Ohio Regional Council of Carpenters. I know Nathan is feverishly writing those items down that may win some of our awards here today.
Yeah, we saw a diving catch earlier. We had a, it's weird to say, some clutch walks. The offense going to those Crown Point in the bottom of the fourth, where bases loaded walks. That takes skill there to draw that as well. So,
because like you were mentioning, sometimes you want to go up there and you just want to get some healthy hacks.
Absolutely, when you got the bases loaded, you want to get up there and start swinging it away, and it takes that patience and it takes skill and a good batter's eye to recognize that. So I think those are candidates. You had some heads-up base running there for the fourth run as well. So lots of candidates for that proud Union Home play of the game.
We go top five now. Gavin Green will lead things off for the Schererville Shock. Takes that first pitch for a strike. Cam Bravo and Beckham Hutton to follow here. Scheduled hitters in the fifth. There's the 0-1. That one misses for a ball and a strike.
What spot's in the orders? It's the bottom third?
Ish, yeah, because there's 10 in the lineup today. So we're in like the 3/4.
Teach math.
No, I do not.
It's okay. Teach math.
No, I do not.
It's okay.
No.
That was my worst subject, so it's all right. I'm not going to correct you.
It's 2-1. That one is a little airmailed there from Hutton. No harm, no foul. 3-1. Green digs back in. Here's that 3-1 pitch, and it comes in, and Green gets on base. And if you're Schererville, this is the way you got to start things up. You got to get guys on base.
Yeah,
you need lineup moving.
You need base runners any way you can, whether it's reaching via walk, picking up a hit, reaching via air. You got to get base runners here. You don't want to be going to that top of the sixth needing all four to keep that game alive.
In the previous few innings, they've had base runners. They just could not get that big knock to drive any of them in.
I do like how Hutton on the hill is very confident in his pickoff move. He got a runner earlier, and he's still going back to it. You got to like a kid who's got that confidence in that.
Currently at 56 pitches in this game. First pitch is a little bit high to Cam Bravo. He's the pitcher for Schererville today, or was the pitcher for Schererville today. Was doing really, really well.
Yeah.
Wheels kind of came off the wagon in the fourth a little bit.
He's got a good chance to get some revenge here, though.
1-0. Misses for a ball, 2-0. And you can kind of see a little frustration from both pitchers. You definitely saw it from Bravo. It might be a combo of, thinking you're going to get a call and then also not executing the pitch the way you want. And, again, they checked that runner over at first and back in safely.
And that last one definitely looked low in the zone. I don't think there's much of an argument there about it.
All right, the 2-0 delivery. This one lifted in the air. Munoz camping underneath, battling the sun, makes the catch for out number 1.
Good play there to put his glove up and kind of shade that sun a little bit, because we were out there earlier. It's bright. It's very warm.
It is not one of those, as baseball players say, not one of those high skies.
No.
A lot of cloud cover out there today.
So way to make that play look easy.
All right, here comes Beckham Hutton. Again, checking on that runner at first again. So it's the Hutton cousins battling it out here for the second time today. Beckham getting a base on balls before. First pitch upstairs. 1-0.
Yeah, you think there's some bragging rights?
I'm going to go with at the next family party. Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
You'd prefer to do a little bragging with a knock or a strikeout, but depending on how this works out, I'm missing outside. Because I don't know if I've ever heard anybody brag about, hey, I got to walk against you. I'm not saying it doesn't happen.
No, because
I haven't heard that as much.
You can translate that into you were too scared to pitch to me, so you had to pitch around me.
That's
how you do that.
All right. 2-0, foul back to the screen. So 2-1 the count. Pitch count climbing for Tyler Hutton up to 62. But for Crown Point, where it matters most, the score, the point total that matters most is in that run column, and they lead it 4-0 over Schererville. It's 2-1. This one foul to the screen. Oh, and actually deflects and hits the catcher on the side of the mask.
The umpire looks like he's going to give him a couple extra seconds there just to make sure he's all right.
Yeah, just make sure. Yeah, good thing. I mean, thankfully the masks for catchers anymore basically covers the whole head.
I always thought that was a smart idea to switch to like almost a goalie style.
Yeah, the hockey, yeah. All right, the 2-2. In there for called strike 3. And the bragging rights goes to Tyler on this one.
That was a good fastball there on the outside corner. Completely froze his cousin there for out number 2.
And this brings up Anthony Rico. Made that nice catch out and left. He's very hitter-ish right now. He digs in there. He's got the low stance. He's ready for something. As the runner, Gavin Green, was ready to go off of first. And I was kind of thinking that maybe Schererville would try to push the run game a little bit more here in this inning, just to try to get that runner into scoring position in case a knock were to happen.
Yeah,
just to get that first run.
Put a runner in scoring position for the top of your order coming up here. But with 2 outs, I don't know how aggressive they're going to be.
Check swing from Rico. So 2-0. I believe it's 2-0 the count. Right?
No,
I'm sorry, 1-1 the count.
He fouled that pitch back to the parking lot behind us. So
that's right.
Again, my car is in danger.
Yeah, see, I parked all the way near the square. So
I was lazy and didn't do that?
Yeah, I wanted to get some steps in today.
And my laziness may cost me.
Just a windshield. That's not that much. Right. Called strike there to Rico, the number 9 hitter in the lineup. You may be thinking, well, okay, this is the 9 hitter, then Schererville gets the leadoff hitter. No, not so much. We have a 10th hitter to worry about. A 1-2. This one fouled back to the screen, so Green will move back to first base.
Rico just got a piece of that one.
So we're going to go to bat here.
I like where he's wearing the double 9s. I like that.
The 1-2. This one chopped foul just by the dugout there. Telling Nate, I don't know if you were able to. I know you were dealing with some technical stuff.
Yeah, he was one of your students.
Well, I would just say he's a very well dressed individual.
I love the green shoes.
Yeah, and the pink batting gloves. Yeah, absolutely. 1-2. And called strike 3. Doesn't matter that run over at second. That was the final out of the inning on the called strike 3. So Hutton gets a couple of strikeouts looking to end the inning. We go bottom 5. Crown Point wants to put up some insurance runs and potentially even walk this off with 6 more. We go to the bottom of the 5th. You're watching Game Day on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
I'm Crowell Company's Lantern Man. I'll cover your motorcycle. I'll be with you on the water. I'll be with you on the snow. I'll cover your insurance needs wherever you go. A superhero.
Crowell Companies, the insurance professionals in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City.
Welcome back to Game Day here on the Region Sports Network. This is the Cal Ripken State Championship game for 12 and under. So big day here at Jerry Ross Park in the Hub City. Michael Brennan here along with Nathan Laird. Happy to be with you on a absolutely spectacular day for baseball. Just an absolutely gorgeous day to be outside in general, moving around. And if you're in the Hub City, plenty of places to go walk and in the square and some of the trails or anything you might want to come.
Find a place to dine outside.
There are a lot of nice dining establishments. I was starting to allude to that a little bit, and some of the activities out on the field were interrupting my conversation. And how dare they? I was saying Crown Point is kind of becoming not a mecca, but certainly a big travel destination for a lot of travel teams, especially in baseball and softball, amongst many other sports, but baseball and softball for sure, because then you got Legacy Fields with their softball fields and everything like that. But a lot of people travel here, and one of the things that, if you were to come to the square a few years ago, it was not the dining establishments like it is today, but as you kind of make that change a little bit, it makes it a little bit more friendly for some of these organizations and like Cal Ripken or whatever, the little leagues or whatever, to come out here and bring these tournaments, and that makes it a little bit more manageable for Crown Point to host these tournaments and have things for people to do after the game.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of options for all these teams coming in from across the country for this 10U Cal Ripken World Series coming up in a few weeks.
This one on the ground, Beloso across the diamond, and they do get the out.
Good play by the third baseman there to get that speedy runner showing off the cannon there at the hot corner.
That was Jake Kovachkov to lead things off here in the bottom of the fifth. He was 0 for 2, now he's 0 for 3. Really nice defensive play by Beloso there, though. This brings up Tyler Hutton, the pitcher for Crown Point Red. Webb deals. Breaking ball missing outside. 1-0.
Tyler, a definite candidate for that Crowd Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the Game Award.
Yeah, we got 3 awards to hand out. Play of the game brought to you by IKRCC, the proud Union Home Play of the Game, the Crowd Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the Game. They are proud to recognize the superheroes on the baseball diamond. And, of course, the Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the Game. That one missing upstairs, 3-0. You can earn while you learn with Boilermakers Local 374, in case you didn't know that, Nathan.
That's two great things, earning and learning.
Yes.
We've got to be learning even at our advanced ages.
Well, maybe yours.
Ouch. So there's ball 4.
And that is a base on balls with 1 away here in the bottom of the fifth. And if you're Crown Point, you want to just keep that line up moving.
Yeah, you're feeling good with a 4-run lead here, but you'd like to add on a 1 or 2 more. Would make you feel good going in the bottom. To the top of the 6th.
Mason Pavosic. Yeah, because we only play 6 innings here in this game today, so we're bottom 5, only 1 inning left. And for Schererville, they are down to their final 3 outs, and so they have a long way to go here, and they're hoping not to have to dig any more here and allow Crown Point to get any more, whereas Crown Point's thinking, hey, we're going to put up as many as we can in case something goes awry in the top half of the inning.
I do like what we're seeing here from both coaches down at third base here. Relaying the signals to the hitters, using the hand signals.
Throw down to second, and the umpire signaled out at first and then changed his mind and said safe. So it is a stolen base for Hutton.
But you're not doing the wristbands with the numbers and everything. You're doing the old school signals. I like that.
I'm told that those wristbands are not hard to comprehend. I just have a feeling that I would have a hard time as Hutton drives this one into center. Mansfield makes the catch in center. Runner does not advance. And smart play there to get the run or to get the ball over to third as opposed. You want to hit your cutoff man,
right,
but getting the ball to third as opposed to going anywhere else with it. So that's the right place to throw it.
I like the aggressiveness for Crown Point with the stolen base of, getting that runner into scoring position. Base hit here with 2 outs.
Nico Basile now at the dish. That one comes over his head, gets right back to the catcher. They throw down to third. Beloso couldn't control the throw down to third, and the runner moves across. So
I think they get him if he's able to hold on to that and swipe backwards.
He was going to be very close. I agree with you. I think in some of these cases, because the ball doesn't get too far away from the catcher, I think some of these fielders might be thinking, wait, they actually are running?
Right. They're caught off guard that they're trying to advance on a wild pitch or pass ball.
2-0 count on Basile.
And I like the aggressiveness from CP here trying to get that insurance run in the bottom of this 5th inning.
There's a strike call, 2-1. Yeah, and you're thinking, okay, this is Cal Ripken championship game. If you don't think there's a rivalry between Schererville and Crown Point, you are sadly mistaken. Swung on and missed there, 2-2.
In any sport?
It doesn't matter, yeah.
At any level?
Lake Central Crown Point rivalry in the DAC, and you're looking at some of the future of that here today.
Future Bulldogs, future LC Indians.
And potentially future other things, but
you never know.
We never know. 2-2. Just low for ball 3. Webb kind of takes that ball and just kind of looks, and it's like, I think that was close. And the 3-2. Swung on and missed on the high heat from Webb. And we go to the 6th, Schererville's last opportunities. You're watching Game Day on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
From schools to stadiums, hospitals and bridges, everywhere you look, union carpenters are building Indiana. With jobs and skilled trades in high demand, there's never been a better time to start building your future. As an apprentice, you'll earn a debt-free college degree, earn while you learn, and receive great benefits like health care and retirement. So what are you waiting for? Visit carpenters.com to learn more. Visit carpenters.com and start building your future today.
Well, welcome back to Game Day here on the Region Sports Network. We are in the top of the 6th inning here, as we do have... Nope, it's still Hutton out there, excuse me. Top of the 6th inning here. Cal Ripken State Championship game, 12 and under, between the Schererville Shock and Crown Point Red. Beautiful Jerry Ross Park here in Crown Point.
Just an absolutely beautiful facility here. I think you and I were both pretty shocked when we toured the facility a few weeks ago. You know, the press boxes were getting to work out today and the for the World Series coming up, and just the amount of work, so many volunteers and people involved in the this Crown Point Cal Ripken have put into this field and everything. It just shows the commitment that they're making to their community, and it's really great to see.
Yeah, we talk. I feel like on broadcasts a lot, especially when we talk about Hanover, we're talking about how many, how that corporation is booming. Well, Crown Point, just in general, the hub city is booming in a lot of different ways as well, and a lot of it has to do with these facilities that we see here and the investment that is made to those, and that everything that kind of goes around that, as we were talking about earlier. And now you're talking about some of the future stars that we'll have here on the Region Sports Network in a few years, we hope.
Right, and even if, these young players don't go on to, play high school ball or anything, I think, again, having these kind of events, having these kind of facilities for these kids is just absolutely amazing, and just shows, again, how important it is to make that a part of your community that you're in here. I think that's really cool as well, even if, again, some of them decide not to continue their baseball careers. They still got to play in something like a World Series, like a state tournament at a facility like this, which is a very unique opportunity.
Well, and it's awesome to just showcase. It gives us an opportunity to do things maybe that we're not used to doing. So we can branch out a little bit and show some of the, because there's so many, whether they play at the high school level or not, so many great athletes around the region, and we get to spotlight that a little bit here today in a championship game. And certainly one of those guys is definitely the guy on the bump right now. Tyler Hutton just threw his 71st pitch of this game. Certainly, as you said, making a candidate for Crowd Company's Lantern Man superhero of the game. 1-1 the count here on Alex Webb, the number 10 hitter in the lineup.
And some high heat there from Hutton.
That's something we should look again as he steps up. That's something we got to get a radar gun.
A radar gun?
Yeah, see what he's...
Maybe for next season. Maybe next season we'll get one.
As long as we don't see that where I'm driving or anything like that. This one on the ground. Seiko misplays it, and Webb is making his way to first, and it's going to be, I got to call that an error, Nathan?
Yeah, the right to him just took his eye off the ball at the last second, and fortunately, if you're a member of the Schererville Shock or a fan, any way you can get a run around base, they don't care how they get on. As long as they get on. You're chasing 4 here down to your final 3 outs. That's big for the Shock.
Yeah, I made the mistake when I went to go grab my usual scorebook today because obviously there's 10 hitters and I don't have room for 10, so I'm trying to figure out, where do I want to put that mark in my scorebook? I'll figure it out later.
You and your fancy scorebook can't accommodate this.
But, we talked earlier about as Mansfield went around on that swing, so 0-1. We talked about, opportunity for us here today to kind of figure out what angles we want to look at for cameras and stuff. Well, this is something I'd keep in mind
That's true.
When we do games. I got to bring one with 10 lines or 12 or more or however many. Runner making his way down to second on the pass. At second and trying to make a little bit of a threat here. Call that a wild pitch. It's Mansfield 1-1 the count on him.
Had a play by Webb that he knew that one was going to get far enough away from the catcher that he could take off and move into scoring position.
Steps off, thought about a throw to second. Would not have been a wise choice because no one's there to take that throw. But we saw Mansfield put a bunt attempt down before to try to catch Crown Point napping just to get a guy on base. This one is chopped to the shortstop. Over to first, and that's going to be the first out, and the runner moves over to third. Kovachkov over there at short. That's Jake.
Usually you're happy with productive outs like that, but that runner at third, if you're Crown Point, you want the shutout, but if that runner at third ends up scoring, that's fine. You'll trade the runner.
To the extent of, we're in the 6th inning, but this is the final inning. Sometimes when you do get those outs, you're thinking, we can't really afford any outs. We just need to keep them, get as many guys.
Right, well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If you're playing, if that's a nice productive out that you're happy about in the second, third inning.
Yes.
Here in the 6th, again, any way you can get on. If you're Crown Point, you're happy about trading the out for a runner advancing to third.
Lil Zim comes up here. Zach Zimmerman, 1-1 the count. Big opportunity for him to try to get that first run across the board for Schererville. That's where it's got to start, is getting that first run across before you can think about tying the game. 1-2 quickly on Zimmerman.
Next pitch will be number 80 for Hutton.
And I believe the max is 85 that he can pitch in the game. So if they can hold out a little bit longer. This one popped up on the right side, giving chase. The first baseman, Pavocic, making the catch in foul territory. So this will bring up Ripken. Or is that still Zimmer? Did they say he didn't catch that? I thought he caught it. Huh? Oh, they just didn't change the... Okay.
Yeah.
I got you. The first pitch to Ripken. In there for a strike.
Still throwing some heat here after now 81 pitches.
Is. This one popped up. Hutton giving chase. Makes the catch on the first baseline. Finishes what he starts. And Crown Point gets the win in the championship game 4-0.
Yeah, outstanding pitching there for Crown Point. Some clutch at-bats in the bottom of the 4th when they put up all 4 of their runs. And CP Red, state champs.
CP Red getting the championship victory here over the Schererville Shock.
As we take a look at this final out one more time here on the replay. Sutton makes the catch to win the ball game.
It's fitting that he makes that final.
Absolutely,
he makes that final out himself.
I was going to say, he pitched a heck of a game and talk about it a little bit, but I think we're going to.
Tyler Hutton in this one pitches a shutout in today's ball game, and did okay at the plate as well, if I remember correctly. Drew a couple of walks. Yeah, was 0 for 1 technically, but drew a couple of walks, had a run scored, having himself a really good game in that aspect. So.
Yeah, 82 pitches. Was even impressed with the game he had today.
All right, let's go now to our proud Union Home play of the game presented by IKOR-CC, the Indiana, Kentucky, Ohio Regional Council of Carpenters. I'm going to go with the Lucas Deeb RBI single in the 4th. That was the only run that was needed in the game. Crown Point tacked on a few more afterwards, but that was what got the scoring started.
Yeah, and anytime, you drive in that what ends up being the game-winning run, you're obviously thrilled about it. A huge moment of the game, and nice job by him to get a run in.
And we'll go ahead and name our Boilermakers local at local374.org. And we kind of talked before. We're going to go with Sol Beloso of the Schererville Shots hits on a day where Hutton was really wheeling and dealing. He had 2 of the hits today for the Shock, so had himself a really impressive day out there, especially over at third base.
Yeah, hit the ball hard, played some good defense at the hot corner. Just a blue-collar effort for Schererville today, even though they didn't take home the win.
And we'll hang out here for just a moment as the Shock are getting their runner-up, looks like medals, just to thank them for the great effort and putting up a good fight in the ball game
Absolutely.
today. And I don't care what age you are, and I've heard other people say this, like, they're kids, they can play back-to-back. And they can, I get that. But they played at 2 o'clock, and then they turned right around, and it was warm today.
It's a warm day today.
And play. And I'm not saying I'm not trying to take anything away from Crown Point, but you come back here and you fight a hard ball game afterwards. That's back-to-back. That's not an easy thing to do. So they do deserve all these claps and cheers that they're getting.
And
right
think
now.
about that. The emotions of playing back-to-back elimination games.
Yeah,
is tough as well. So a great effort. I know kids aren't always thrilled when they're receiving a second-place medal. But again, this is one of those things that in the future they're going to be proud of all that they accomplished, making it here to this state championship game in this tournament.
Yep, and there are plenty more summer to still play some ball. So
absolutely, baseball's not over by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah, that's the nice thing for all these kids is eventually there's more ball tomorrow to play.
That's
just
right.
Not in a championship level, but they're going to go play catch or something, and then eventually in a tournament somewhere down the line.
Yep. We have to recognize our outstanding crew who did a great job today. Our executive producer is Chris Ramirez. Michael Bradner handling the play-by-play. Great job working. Always fun working with you, my friend.
Yeah, I always enjoy it, and hope to do it again here in a little bit.
Yeah. Nate Ramian doing color earlier. Now he's handling production, learning all those skills as well. Zach Miller handling production on the camera. We had Claude Martinez and Zach Zanelli. We want to thank all the folks here at Crown Point Cal Ripken for their hospitality, making room for us here for today's broadcast.
All right, so a big thanks to everyone, and great job by the crew. And we'll have more from that 10 and under Cal Ripken World Series tournament coming up in August.
Yeah, and stay with us at Facebook.com/RegionSports, YouTube.com/RegionSports, Twitter.com/TheRSN. We're not on Threads yet. We're going to be there soon. So we're going to be there yet. RegionSports.com, and we got more coming up here the rest of this summer.
All right, so that's been a production of the Region Sports Network. Thanks for tuning in. We will see you soon here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.